Hi guys, welcome back to Harry Makes Up. I hope you're all really well. The current situation is incredibly strange and I'm sending love to everyone. I hope you're all safe and well. A huge thank you to you if you are a key worker right now and you are one of the people working hard to keep the rest of us safe. Thank you so much. I'm actually doing over on my Instagram, which is at Harry Makes It Up. I'm doing dedicated tutorials for key workers right now. So if there's something you would like to see, let me know, DM me on my Instagram at Harry Makes It Up and I will make that happen for you. Today I feel like I want to talk about a starter makeup kit for makeup artists because honestly I feel like right now my heart goes out as well to makeup artists in that we are the definition of a small business. We are freelance. It's a very unnerving time knowing kind of how to move ahead right now. So I've decided I'm going to do a free training and that training is going to be how to be a makeup artist in the digital age, and within that there's going to be kind of actionable steps you can take right now. And also how to pivot your business right now because we're not going to be kind of doing face-to-face makeup for a little while. So I'm going to be sharing my ideas with how perhaps you can monetize in other ways right now and just pivot your current business model. So if that sounds good, I'll pop a registration link in the description box. Today, like I said, I wanted to just talk about kind of the most basic makeup kit. So it's going to be products that I think are a great starter makeup kit for makeup artists. Obviously there'll be things you add along your journey, but I was kind of going through my stash and I was like, I think this is a good time to make this video. There's gonna be more tutorials coming as well, don't worry guys. So let's start the video. Okay, so first things first, let's talk skincare. So I've got a big box right next to me. So the first thing you're going to want in a basic starter makeup kit is some hand sanitizer. Very appropriate right now. I know they're like gold dust. Then I think Bioderma, some kind of micellar water, and I've tried to choose a lot of items that they're kind of like a general product. So I'm not saying this is specific. Not all these products are specific brand to brand. Some of them are like a moisturizer, a lip balm, and then I'm kind of sharing my favorites. So one thing I do recommend is getting some kind of like stacker jar that you can put like a few different moisturizers in. And the first tip I would say if you are creating a starter makeup kit is obviously when you can see friends again, do a kit split. Doing a kit split is such a good way to share the cost of product, especially when you're first starting out. I fully appreciate that buying a makeup artist kit is incredibly time consuming and expensive. I remember it well. I never take for granted being gifted products from PRs now where I'm at my career, but it took me a long time to get there. So I remember it well. So yeah, I have like a body moisturizer in here, like an oil-free moisturizer, a very hydrating moisturizer, and just a mix in there. Then I like to have a SPF as well in my basic makeup kit. So for me, I am going to mention this as a brand because I think it's so good, and it's the Glossy Invisible Shield. I love it because it doesn't ever look ashy on women of colour. It is very, it is quite literally clear, so I love that. The next thing you want in your skincare kind of arsenal is some kind of mix and medium. Now, one of my like OG favorites is the Maquillage one. This you can buy from the Maquillage in Paris. If you live in Los Angeles, places like Nigel's, Friends Beauty, they will stock this. And in England, I think it's sold in like Guru Emporium, or there's a couple of like Guru makeup places. I can't remember the exact name, but the kind of like trade shops, you'll be able to find that. So mixing medium is really good because you can change the consistency of foundations. You can change, you can like thin down a foundation and kind of re-bring it back to life throughout the day. It's a really flexible product in your pro kit. Then I have a little tiny bag that I keep, again, more miniatures in. You guys know I love decanting down. So in here I have a mini lip scrub, I have 2 eye creams and a little kind of vial of oil. I think, again, oil is really nice as well to change the texture of foundations. You know, keep samples. Samples are really good when you're starting out because you can just have miniatures of everything in your kit. So next up is a lip balm, and I recommend getting something that's like a clear balm in a kind of palette. So this one is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Lip Treatment, and I really like this because it makes a really good clear cheek sheen as well. And I think having something like this in your kit is a really flexible product. So cheek sheen, eye gloss, you know, there's a lot you can do with that, and obviously it's a lip balm, so really good to have that as part of your kind of standard skincare. So when it comes to tools, I think there's a couple of things you want to have, and yes, you're going to add to this. I'm not going to go through brushes today, although this video would be crazy long, but I think Zoeva is amazing. Real Techniques make incredible and affordable brushes, both of which offer vegan options as well, which is great when you're starting out, so that you have cruelty-free brushes as well. You want a good pencil sharpener. I love the Glossier one. The Glossier Play is incredible. You want some disposable mascara ones, also great not just mascara, but for doing kind of like brows with gel. And I wanted to say, for anyone who is looking for some clarification on hygiene kind of guidelines as a makeup artist, I have a separate blog post with that as well, which I will also link down in the description box. Eyelash curlers, absolutely essential. And a pair of tweezers, I think, is also very essential. So let's talk base. I think base is one that makeup artists DM me about the most. They're kind of like, Harry, if I was going to get one brand, what should I get? Now, as you build your collection of products, you are going to find you have clients who perhaps are allergic to certain brands or certain type of ingredients. So you are going to look to build hopefully more of a kind of base of foundations, but I still think you don't need everything. I think that's the biggest misconception, is that you have to have every single brand and every single color. The whole point of being a makeup artist is that you become really good at mixing skin tones, and you should definitely be inclusive, but I think it's knowing how to manipulate products. So you start with less and you get the most from it. So for me, again, coming back to the kit split idea, I think something like a MAC face and body or one of the Dior face and bodies are great, because you can buy, well, this one, especially the MAC one, you can buy it in bigger bottles and then decant it and share it. If you were to get, say, like, I don't know, a couple of light shades, a couple of medium shades, and a couple of darker shades, like the darkest one, the lightest one in a certain brand, and then a few in between, or a few in the different kind of like undertones. So some pink undertones, yellow undertones, and then in theory, you would be able to mix between. So that's a great way to start out. Like when I first started out, I think I had like 5 face and body foundations from MAC in my kit, and I would just mix between. If budget allows it, I think one of my favorite foundations, especially if you are looking to do more red carpet makeup and you want something that is very faultless and kind of crosses the borders, suiting a lot of people, I would go for the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Now you will see I have mine depotted into these little cosmetics sticks. Again, I have a blog post as well. I'll link that down below where I get all these products from. This just means I can carry like the equivalent of, I think I have like 20 foundations here, but in such a small, nice kit friendly amount. So Giorgio Armani foundation for me, the Luminous Silk, is just such, you know, it's an iconic product for a reason. It's brilliant for red carpet. If you're a wedding makeup artist, I really recommend it. There's no SPF in it, and like I said, it's very flexible. And like we said earlier, having something like the oil in your kit, it's very easy to bring more glow to it, make it more sheeny. So really recommend that. For concealers and having another option of foundations as well, I think you can't go wrong with the Bobbi Brown University palette. Mine is so old now, like I just keep this for reference. I don't use it anymore because it's a bit gross and really, really old. So I wouldn't want to put this on anyone's face, but it's good just to kind of like show in videos. And I think, again, the fact it's made for makeup artists, there's a lot of value in here. So having concealers, having foundation sticks, it means, you know, you can cover bruises on someone's leg, and it's great for set bags. So that's a really good kind of kit starter product to have. If you were wanting to have some liquid foundations and liquid concealers and have a mix, a really good price point when you're starting out is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I love that one. And I also really like the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. Both of those are really, really affordable. And then one really good translucent powder. I love the Laura Mercier one. I think that's brilliant. I even use that on women of colour and never find it kind of leaves any grey cast or anything like that. But also the Maybelline Master Fix one is really, really good. And that's a translucent one. It has like an invisible, there's no tone in it. So that's really good. I think just having, you know, and again, this is basic starter makeup kit. So that's a really good one. Let's move on to cheeks, because I think one of the things, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know I love is Vueset Palettes. And that is because when you're starting out, you can buy drugstore products, and especially if you're worried about how it looks, you shouldn't. But if you are worried, put it in something like a Vueset palette and no one knows who it's by, what brand it is. I have loads of these in my kit, and this one is like a nude sticks one, but I think it's great because I can make like a contour shade, cream highlighters, I can make blushes, and you can make multiple different palettes, but I think having something like that for your creams is really, really good, because if you do have you know, a collection of mix of brands, etc., and some of those are drugstore, it's really easy to pop them in here, and you know, you can change out brands as you find the brands you love and that are in your price range. Same goes for lipsticks. I feel like if you are buying more affordable drugstore option lipsticks, put them in a Vueset. For one, it makes them so much easier to see when you're working as makeup artists. I just use a Dymo labeler, label maker on the back, and it's just such a good way to see your lipstick. So again, Vueset palettes for the win. Let's talk about brows, because I think brows is an interesting one. So I mentioned disposable mascara ones, which I love. My favorite, like absolute favorite, can't live without product, guys, like no lie. And it's literally, I think, in most professional makeup artist makeup bags, is this. It's the Schwarzkopf Got To Be Ultra Glued Styling Gel. It is an absolute makeup must-have. This is the Invincible Styling Gel, so non-sticky, no flakes, crazy hold. Like, I have very, very straight eyebrow hairs, so on me, soap brows doesn't really hold. This will work on anybody's brows, whether they are curly, whether they are super straight. It is a wonderful, wonderful product for editorial effects with brows. You can use a little bit and just kind of like neaten brows. But the best thing is there is literally no residue. So I absolutely love that. And again, kit split or buy one and you'll have it for like 2 years, and you can just put it into decant it into a little pot each time you use it. For brow powders, I think, again, go down the palette route to start. You know, you can definitely get Z palettes and get cheaper options, but if you were looking for just one, I think the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow palette is amazing because it comes with everything in it. I've actually depotted mine into a mix, but that's kind of what it looks like inside, and it's nice and thin and lightweight. So eyeshadows, I think as makeup artists, would you guys agree that there's definitely that kind of like magpie hoarder in all of us, that at the beginning when you start out, it's like, I want that eyeshadow, I want that eyeshadow. And in terms of like a great starter makeup kit, I think there's 2 things you need to think about. The first one is having some amazing neutrals. So for me, I recommend having quite like a cool tone palette, and everywhere does these. I do think when you have like something that's like all black is good. I mean, this is actually a Morphe one, and I think it was like less than 20 bucks. And I just used a Dymo labeler when I first started out. That was a great way to, like, you know, just kind of make things look a bit more uniform. So like a cool tone palette, something that's like more warm tone is really good. Have like a good cool neutral, good warm neutral. And then I think you do want to have some color options. And for me, I would always rather have like matte colourful shadows. This is actually from Makeup Revolution. It's the Alexis Stone palette, but I have depotted it with my Z Potter. And these are all matte because for me, I can add a shimmer. I can add a product like the Moon Dust from Urban Decay. I could add like Rowan Beauty Disco on top and give it more shimmer if I wanted to. So again, the whole point of this is your base kit. You're gonna add things into this, but to start off with, I think having those, if they were the only eyeshadows you had, you can do a lot with those. And also I think having some colors, you know, you can wear these as colorful eyeliners too. So you guys know I love me a cream eyeshadow, literally obsessed with them. Again, I think Maybelline like literally trumps the kind of affordable market when it comes to amazing colors. Like, this is one of my favorite colors. This color is called Knockout. So the Color Tattoo by Maybelline is incredible for cream shadows, but then also things like kind of the cream shadow sticks. I use these a ton in my kit. Kiko does amazing ones. This color, which is the Beauty Pie one, this is On Taupe. And if you were gonna have like one cream shadow color in your kit, this is literally like such a good dupe for matte groundwork. I think it's Bobbi Brown Taupe. It's one of those colors that is amazing for contouring the eyes, shading. I mean, you could probably even use this to kind of contour on the face. It's such a good color. So I think having a couple of cream shadow sticks or kind of cream shadow pots are really good as like eye bases. And also you can do looks really quickly. So for more creative looks, if you wanted something in your kit that was a good like starter product for kind of creative makeup, I really recommend the Makeup Forever Flash palette. No surprise, I have depotted mine into a Vueset. But again, look, I can just pop that on the side where I'm working and see all the colors. These are more a product that don't set, so they are really good for creative products. They mix beautifully. I love these for kind of like flushed cheek looks, creating colours in the eyes, and I use them very much like paint. So if you're looking for a great editorial product that you can do a lot with, I really recommend the Makeup Forever Flash Palette. For mascaras, I think you want one great normal mascara, one great waterproof one, because you're going to have your spoolies, or you can use a fan brush to apply. Again, I think Maybelline is great. Like even their kind of burgundy colour mascaras are really, really good. I love the waterproof Makeup Revolution mascara. It's very, very similar to the Lancome, Monsieur Big. Drugstore mascaras, you can't go wrong. I think they really, really deliver in performance. One of my favorite eyeliners, if you go back through my videos, I did a little series a while ago called the Tried and Tested, and the winner of that for felt tip liner pens was actually this one by NYX. It's the NYX Epic Ink liner pens, and it comes in a dark matte brown and a black, and I definitely think this is like, it's very comparable to my Tom Ford one, which I love, but a really good price point. So I definitely think having a liner pen is really, really good in your kit as well. You can definitely use the little kind of gel liner pots as well. Maybelline and L'Oreal do amazing ones of those, but I think these are great as well for doing kind of intricate eye work and like drawing little lashes, etc. And you can always clean the tip with a bit of isopropyl alcohol. Really bad at saying that. But yeah, love those, super affordable. And then in terms of like eye kohls, eye pencils, I think to start with, you want one really good black kohl. This is a Maybelline one. You want one brown. This is one of the Colourpop ones. I love their gel liners in a pencil. Really, really beautiful and creamy, but also set. And then you want a good kind of nude tone. And if you can, I really recommend, I don't have them anymore, but I'm sure NYX does like different nude kohls for each skin tone, or at least they used to, and that was amazing. So if you can find those, I think that's a great starter makeup kit base. And then I think you want a good clear gloss as well. For me, a clear gloss is a really important part of any makeup kit, because you don't need a ton of lip glosses. You can turn any lipstick into a lip gloss with a clear one. This is the M Cosmetics Morning Dew, and I love this. It's like a crystal clear gloss, looks amazing on the eyelids for a really high gloss finish. Again, looks amazing on cheekbones. Really, really versatile product. You can use it editorially, you can use it as a lip gloss, and just having one really good, strong, clear lip gloss, I think is a really key part of any starter makeup kit. So to finish, I'm going to share my Z palettes, because I think when you're starting out as a makeup artist, again, like I said, you can depot products that are a lot cheaper, and as long as they perform in a way you want them to, they're perfect until you're able to afford the products that perhaps would be your first choice for your pro kit. So I have all my Z palettes labeled like books in my office, and I wanted to show you an example because I think having like powder blushes, these are a mix of different brands, but you could definitely get a few more affordable options and then put them into a palette like this. It's very portable, it's very handy. I've done the same for some sculpting powders. You want a mix for different skin tones as well. And same with bronzers, I have one for bronzers. And within my sculpting one, that also has powder highlighters in. So I think you want a nice mix of powder and cream products. And the key is finding products that work for you. Don't feel if something works amazingly for someone else and you keep trying to make it work and it just doesn't, let it go. Like, I think you have to accept that we all have different preferences. So, you know, it takes time as well to build a kit you love and find what works for you. And yes, there's always new launches coming out, but I think don't be afraid to have less as well. Like, as I've got older and my kit has, you know, seen more things come in and out, I know what I go back to time and time again. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys are all keeping safe and well. I will be leaving the link to that free training, the online training, down below as well. If that sounds good, check that out. And there'll be some blog posts in the description box as well. And yeah, go follow me on Instagram as well, guys, because I'm doing a lot of tutorials over there. So stay safe. I hope you guys are well. And yeah, I'll see you soon for more videos.